I think certainly in terms of living and working with Europeans, because my experience with working with them has primarily been within NATO on 2 tours of duty. But nonetheless, you learn so much about other people's culture, and it just helps the wheels turn smoothly when you work with other countries and you're engaged and committed.
Being brought up in Spain and then living in Britain as a grown-up has made me appreciate both countries for different reasons, and they're both great in their different ways. And I think all of Europe really has that, that strength to it. Every country in Europe, you can take each country and they'll each have their massive pros and cons. And I think the EU, if anything, galvanizes that. To be able to live in any of these countries is a fabulous thing, and work and travel, and it's something that shouldn't be taken for granted or given up on so easily as through a simple yes/no referendum.
Well, I didn't start travelling till I was 38, 39, so I was quite happy bumming along through life working, and then can't remember where I went to see Oasis in France, but they never turned up. And I thought, well, I've got a bit of paper here saying I can go wherever I want. And a mate of mine jokingly said, let's go to Poland. Why? But we went. I thought, this is great, and I haven't stopped since.
I suppose the European Union, on a basic level, helped me find you, because you could come here and free movement of people. And it's funny because I think if you'd said to 10-year-old me, do you think one day the person you live with and love would be Romanian? I'd have gone, what? No. Where's Romania?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And I think probably the same for you.
I remember a very good friend of mine who you know, Klaus Dürtrechter, and we were both down in on the Bodensee, and we were down there for a conference and started to talk, and Klaus started to say, well, you see the ground beyond the lake? And I said, yes, the hinterland. And he said, but that's a German word. And I said, no, it's not. It's an English word. And he said, no, it's the hinterland. I said, yes, it's the hinterland, but it's also the hinterland. And so there's this kind of thing where you recognise that we've got so much in common in terms of heritage and language. And
we are culturally and so forth very close when you actually go into the history of our two peoples, aren't we?
Yeah, and when
Germany too.
And when you think that every time an Act of Parliament is passed, it's announced la reine le veut, using Anglo-Norman. It's not announced in English.
But for me, it's the ease of travelling in Europe. It's the ease of doing business in Europe. It's the ease of people coming to visit. It's the safety in numbers and dealing with the rest of the world. Now, China's got a population of well over 1 billion people. It gives us leverage to deal with these bigger countries on a far more powerful background. So for me, it's a whole load of benefits.
Well, for me, it's the freedom of movement and the freedom to live and the freedom to buy property and the freedom to settle.
For me, it's the freedom to expand my horizons a little bit in terms of over the years, because of the EU, I've been able to visit lots of countries, meet lots of people, had the opportunity, if I wanted to work in different places. I feel like it gives me the freedom to be more than I am, or the possibility to be more than I currently am.